Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. Today's video is going to be a little different than what I usually do. Um, if you can see, I kind of move things around in the shop a little bit. We're going to be working on my son's 72 lemans that he crashed a while back. I'll give you a little sneak peek there. He come in, he took some vacation time to come in and work on it. So what I didn't really film a lot of us actually working on the car. We would work on it a little bit and then I would show a little like progress on it and so on. You know, we'd do a little bit of work, and then I'd film and talk about it, and then we do a little more work. The reason I did that is I don't get to see him very often. He lives a couple hours away. He works full time and is raising a family just like everybody else. So I don't get to see him a lot. So I wanted to take the time to actually spend the time with him and not just, like have a camera shoved in his face the whole time and making it awkward. So I just wanted to be able to enjoy the time that we had, which we did. I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. And we pretty much accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. So I hope you still watch the video. I hope you like it. But we kind of set a goal for the weekend, and I think we pretty much hit that mark. And but anyway, it's gonna be a long project. I don't know how much the car will be on the channel, because I don't know how often he'll get to come down and work on it. We'll just have to see. And I don't want to do a lot of the stuff without him. I want him to be here to do it. But anyway, that's kind of what this video is about. And it's just a little short video. So it's just kind of showing what we did to his car and kind of telling the history of the car and how the car came to be in the shape that it's in now. And, but anyway, y'all stay tuned and check it out. I appreciate it. All right, we're out here where cars go to die. This is my son's 72 Le Mans that he wrecked many years ago. The frame is bent, and then we stripped it down of everything that was good, thinking we weren't never going to do anything with it. But now he wants to try to build it, so we're going to try to get it into a roller again. We're going to get it off of this frame. He's got another frame which he is already kind of scuffed up and shot black paint on it just a little bit. So we got to try to figure out how to get it into the shop and get this frame out from underneath it and the other one under it, because he's only going to be here for a few days. So I've already kind of moved things around in the shop, and like I said, he's already started on the other frame. So that's kind of where we're at. Do you think we'll be able to do it? We'll see, I guess. Here's the other frame. Like I said, we just kind of spray bombed it black. It doesn't have any springs in the back, which is why it's sitting so low. We just got that rear end kind of halfway stuck in there just so we could roll it around. But it's a pretty solid frame. It's in really good shape. We haven't painted the front yet because he's going to wait till when he rebuilds all the front end on it and then put some paint on it then. But the only really bad spot is right there. But when we get the other frame out from underneath it, we're going to cut a piece out of it and weld in there. So it's like I said, it's a really solid frame, and so hopefully by the end of this weekend we'll have that car back into a roller. Well, this is kind of sketchy, but I think maybe I can winch it on there from there. I hope. We'll see. Well, we got it on the trailer and got the trailer in the shop. Now the trick is going to be getting it off of the trailer without hitting the red car or going through the back wall or any of that stuff. So this is going to be fun. Whew. But anyway, here we go. Well, there it is. We got off the trailer. Believe it or not, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but we had some sketchy moments, didn't we, Logan? Yeah. But anyway, I think now we can just drive the trailer out from underneath it. It's clear, so, and then we'll move it around once we get the trailer and everything out here. But I think we're going to go eat some lunch. It's time to eat. All right, so we finally got it off the trailer. The trailer's out. I think what we're going to try to do now is get it positioned where we want it, move it around a little bit, and then we've got to try to get this frame out from underneath it. I'm not 100% sure how we're going to do that yet, but we'll figure it out. But the best thing about this thing is it's not my car, so I'm going to make Logan do all the hard work. So he's the one that's going to be underneath it, trying to get all the bolts out of it and all that fun stuff. But anyway, there she is, probably the worst 72 lemans on the planet. And other than the frame, what you see is what we got. Like, we don't have any front cap. It has no interior in it, no wiring, nothing. Like, I've got a few little odds and ends, but yeah, I mean, no dash. I think there's a steering column, maybe. But I have an extra dash somewhere, and I've got some parts and pieces that he can use. But yeah, once we get it on the other frame, he'll pretty much be starting where I started with my gray car. So, I mean, it's doable. It's just a lot of work and a lot of time. But he'll just have to work on it a little bit here and there as he can. But the story on this car, I bought it actually, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. And I'll drop a picture maybe right here somewhere of what it looked like when I had it. And then he wanted it. He was still in high school, so I made a deal with him. He was working at the time. I told him, if you save up some money, I'll sell it to you. You know, as a dad, trying to teach him how to, you know, be responsible with money. And, you know, if you want stuff, you got to work for it. He did have a little S10 at the time I did buy for him, just a cheapy little S10. And but anyway, so he bought it. I think I give like $4,600 for it, $4,700 for it. It was a running and driving pretty decent car at the time. I think I sold it to him for $2,000. And he drove it for a while, and then I helped him, you know, work on it and fix it up a little bit more, and then he totaled it. And so I helped him buy some stuff. We were trying to put it back together, and then we found out how, you know, the frame was really bad bent, and I couldn't find anybody that would work on it to try to straighten it. I finally found this one dude at this body shop that I'm not going to name the name of, but I called him, told him what I had, what had happened. And he's like, oh yeah, I can do it. He said, it's the same as a Chevelle, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I just did one. He said, ain't no problem. You bring it to me. He said, leave it with me for a couple weeks. And he goes, I'll get it fixed up. Bet. So we loaded up on the trailer, hauled it 40 miles, dropped it off. And this dude had this car, I think total 6 months. Wouldn't answer my phone call. Like, he had it for several months before I ever even started bothering him. Wouldn't return my phone calls, just kept putting me off, kept putting me off, kept putting me off. So I finally drove over there one day, and the car had not even moved. It was still sitting in the exact same spot. I hadn't even touched it. And so I go in the office and said, hey, I need to talk to this guy about my car. So it took him forever to finally come out. And as soon as he walked out and saw me, he didn't say, hey, what's going on? He was just like, I ain't going to be able to do that car. I'm like, it took you 6 months to let me know you couldn't do it? So anyway, I was pretty aggravated. So I loaded up, brought it home. We both were pretty frustrated. And at that point, Logan decided he just wanted to wash his hands of it. He wanted to get rid of it. He was going to sell it. So I was like, well, I had put a lot of pretty new parts on it, stuff that would work on my car. So I just said, all right, well, I'll just give you your money back on it. I give him $2,000 for it and just bought it back. And I took everything off of it, like steering components. I'd put a new gas tank in it. I took all that shit out and used it when I was putting my car together, my gray car. And then I had a buddy that had a lemans that needed a bunch of parts, so I sold a lot of stuff to him, all the interior stuff, because I didn't think I was ever going to do anything with it. And so then after we got it pretty much stripped down to this point, and drug it out behind the house and just let it sit out there for years, then Logan decided he wants to build it now. So he bought a frame for it. So we got that, and so I'm going to help him try to get it going. He does have a LS motor that he bought. It's just a little 5.3 that he's going to go through and try to make just a little cruiser, kind of like my little gray car. And but yeah, it's going to be a lot of work and a lot of time, and he'll just be able to work on it here and there as he can. But there he is. Hi, Logan.
Hello.
But anyway, that's kind of the plan for today, and this kind of the story on the car. But yeah, Logan has a pretty bad track record of wrecking vehicles.
He stopped with this one.
Yeah, this kid, his first truck was a S10. How many times did you wreck it? Twice?
Yeah, no. I wrecked it twice, ran off the road 3 times.
Yeah. And then totaled this car. And then this kid totaled 2 vehicles in one day. He was going to work one morning. He had a Dodge truck, like a full-size Dodge truck. It was raining. He was hauling ass. He was late for work and missed a 90-degree sharp turn and went through a grove of pine trees, and it's a wonder it didn't kill him. And so then that evening, he also had a little Chevy Sonic. And that evening, going home on one of these little country roads around here, and hit a cow and totaled that car on the same day. So yeah, and he wonders why I won't let him drive my shit. But anyway, I think we're going to try to get the car repositioned where we can work on it, and I'm going to put him to work, and hopefully here pretty soon we'll have it sitting on another frame. All right, you talk about sketch level 10, but the frame is out. It is gone. We got some old rotted stumps holding the front end up, and some old flat tires and a cherry picker holding the back side up. We got the rear end out of the frame that was under this car, because that's the one we're going to put back in it. Springs and all that. My God, what a nightmare that was. But it's out. There's the old frame. Already got it loaded on the trailer. We was really sweating this for a little while. It was testing our patience, but of course we were very unprepared. We didn't have near enough stuff. I would much rather have had a 4x4 post instead of that 2x6, but it seems to be holding it for now. We're going to take a little breather for a second and then try to get the other frame in here and get under. Of course, we didn't really get it up high enough. We had to just drop it down on the drums and roll it out, and then I think that's what we're going to have to do with the other one, but we'll see. But yeah, that was sketchy as hell. Well, believe it or not, it is back in a roller for the first time in a long time. And it was a lot of work, but it actually went fairly smooth. It was a little sketchy at times, but we still got to swap this rear end into it. The one that's in it, I think, is junk. There's his motor. He's going to work on it this week while I'm working. He's, like I said, he's only going to be down here for a few more days, and so he's still going to work on it a little bit. But I think just getting it to this point was the biggest thing. We do got to replace the steering box. It had water in it and froze and busted, and it's kind of locked up, so I don't want to turn. But I think I have one around here somewhere. Just digging it out and finding it is going to be a chore, but it's in here somewhere. But I do think we have a steering column, if I can find the lower shaft and everything, where we can get it where it will steer to, because when he's not here working on it, I will probably pull it out and put it in the shed for now, and then when he's able to come back and work on it again, we'll pull it back in and work on it. But I think his motor, I don't think it's hurt. I think he's going to go through and check the bearings, and the cylinder still got crosshatch on them. There's no ring wear. There's no, I don't think it's bad. So I think if the bearings are good, we're just going to slap it back together. I've got the cam that came out of this engine. It's just like a Howard's cam. We might put that in it. And then he's got a 4L60 there that he's going to pull the pan off and check it and all of that. So, but yeah, I mean, we went from sitting in the tree line rotting away to a roller in 2 days. So I think that's pretty good, especially for my old ass. But like I said, luckily I made him do most of the work, and one of his friends came and helped us, and he's a big old boy and strong like a bull, so that helped a lot. But yeah, I mean, I know the car's rough, but it's really at this point now in the same position that this car is in. And I actually started where this car is at with this car. I mean, it took me a long time, but I mean, I pieced it together over years, just gathering up stuff. And so, I mean, it can be done. I mean, I know a lot of people would look at this car and be like, oh, it's too far gone. I wouldn't waste the time and effort, but he has a sentimental attachment to it, I think, which I understand. I have a very irrational emotional attachment to this car. I bought this car when I was 17, and I've had it for, well, I guess that's like 32 years now. So I get it. I've had this car longer than I've had kids. So, and I feel like it's like one of my children. So I get the emotional attachment, but I mean, it's getting a little scaly from sitting out there. And, I know this car has a lot of Bondo in it. The trunk floor's pretty bad. And of course it's got a big chunk cut out right there. The floor's got a few little spots. It's not as bad as we'd originally thought, but this car had been wrecked once. You can see right there, it's caved in pretty good. So we might try to fix that while we got it in here messing with it. Maybe not this time, but at some point before we get, because we don't even have a front cap for it. We have no fenders, no nothing. So, I mean, he's got a long road ahead of him, but, he seems pretty determined, and I enjoy working with him. It's I don't get to see him a lot, so it's fun to have him down and working on stuff like this. So I'm excited to help him, so I'm going to do anything I can to help him get the car going. Any parts that I have that'll work that, that I have duplicates of, we'll have access to. So, but yeah, we had a really good time. It was a lot of work. I'm wore out. It's Sunday evening now. Of course, I got to go back to work tomorrow. And, but he will still be here, I think, piddling with it, but I know he wants to at least pull the pan off of his engine and, like I said, look at a couple of bearings. I don't even remember where he got this engine. I don't know anything about it. It's just a 4.8, I believe. We don't really know. I mean, it's got flat tops in it, so unless it's a HO, But I think what had happened to it, I think it dropped a valve, because I remember the heads. He pulled the heads off, and one of the valves was messed up. So I'm assuming that's why it was pulled. He's got the heads that came off of my car, because I had another set built, so they were fine. There's nothing wrong with them. So they're over here somewhere. There they are. So he's going to use those heads. He's got intake. I think he's got a factory harness. I don't know if he's going to use that or not. We'll have to get motor mounts, and of course he'll have to get a different pan to put it in this car. So be yet another Pontiac in the fleet with a Chevrolet engine. So all you purists out there are going to hate me, but it is what it is. But that one is getting a Pontiac engine, and this one eventually will. It may be a while, but it'll get back Pontiac stuff eventually. And the Ventura, the big block is staying in it if it runs good. Like, I haven't really got to mess with it much other than just getting it to bust off. But if that motor ever does come out, it'll get a Pontiac engine in it too. But I did tell him he's going to have to get some bigger tires for the back. It's got little bitty short tires, and so it makes the car seem like it sits real low. I told him he needed to get some man-sized tires for it, some 275 60s or something. But anyway, I think that's kind of where we're going to leave this video. I don't really know how much more I'm going to be able to do this week with my work schedule, but we may tinker with it a little bit more. I don't know. But when he goes back home, I'm hoping, like I said, it's to the point where it'll roll and steer, and I've got a spot cleaned out in the shed that it can go in when he's not here to help me work on it. And because I don't want to step on his toes, I don't want to work on it when he's not here. I know he wants to do, he wants to be involved in it and do most of the work. I'm just kind of here for help and guidance, So, and I'm using my phone, not my GoPro, so I'm sorry about the footage. And if I'm not, if you can't see me good, because I can't tell where I'm looking. But anyway. But that is it. That is the father-son project we got going on. I mean, it's going to be a lot of work and take a long time, but I'm excited. He's excited. So that's what it's all about, right? Getting to spend time with your kid, having a good time, and, kind of bonding over these old cars. So can't beat that. But anyway, I appreciate everybody watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.